Hello, hello, hello. How are you, beloveds? Welcome to another episode of A Spiritual Remedy. My name is Sunshine Day, and what a joy it is to be here with you today. Go ahead and tell me who's hanging out with me today, who's here. Say hello in the comments. Let me know that you are here. A spiritual remedy was developed a while ago. Actually, it's been almost 2 years ago when I discovered that there were lots of people in 12-step recovery or trying to step away from addictive or challenging behavior that was actually ruining their lives. What I recognize is that there are spiritual tools and there's a spiritual remedy that actually helps us each and every day to overcome those weapons of mass distraction, that destructive behavior, and really put us on a path of love and living our best life. Good morning, Chinsia. How are you, beloved? So glad that you are with us today. Thanks for being here. Let's see who else is joining us. Of course, our sponsor, Be That Spiritual Learning Center, is on board. And beloved Bertha, so good to see you too, and so glad to be on the show and have you here on the show today. Ah, what's up, Michelle Palmer? What's up, Mike? So today, I want to talk about what I talked about yesterday on my talk. And Reverend Kevin, I just want to give a shout out to Reverend Kevin at Be That Spiritual Learning Center, who's been putting together our talks and our talk titles and just setting us up for some enriching conversations. And yesterday, it was really, really great because my talk yesterday was when it rains, it pours. And I had the opportunity to look up that saying, that idiom, when it rains, it pours. And of course, for those of us in 12-step recovery, for those of us who are planning and looking at living our best life, sometimes we get in these situations that when it rains, it pours. And, one bad thing after another bad thing. I was just thinking about all of those idioms. What are some of the idioms, about bad luck and about when it rains, it pours? What are some of the other idioms that you've heard? I'll mention a few. My sister says a lot, if it wasn't for bad luck, I would have no luck at all. And some people also say, I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. And isn't that true that just in life, whether you're in recovery, whether you are just looking to lead a spiritual life and a wholesome life and your best life, isn't it true that sometimes our living is sometimes plagued with some situations and circumstances that don't go our way? As a matter of fact, are outright nasty and what we might call bad and not good for anybody. And these are the times that when things don't seem to be going our way, that it's really easy to slip back into being distracted. And it's really easy to slip back into this idea and this thinking that what's the use? I remember in my own, personal stories back in the AIDS pandemic, when a lot of our friends were living with HIV and AIDS and also trying to get sober, that their health challenges were just such, the fact that I got to take this medication, that medication, I'm not feeling good. What the heck? I might as well just pick up a drink anyway and at least try to self-medicate. And, sometimes things do get to that place where it's just like we want to give up. And I just want to be that voice of encouragement and that voice of someone like Iyanla Van Zant, who says, let me stand in the gap, that let me be the one to stand in the gap. And what I mean by that is we need community, and community is those people around us, that herd, that group of people. It could be, Fabulous Five. I know Michelle Palmer is part of a group, and they call each other the Yaya sisters. And to have that group, right, to where we can call upon each other when we're struggling, when we're in strife, when it is raining and it is, things are coming down upon us that we don't necessarily know how to handle. And that's where a spiritual remedy comes in. The idea that spiritual principles can be at play here. That's what the spiritual remedy is, right? Like when we say I'm waiting for the next shoe to drop. It's just like, what's that next thing that's going to hit me on the head? I like to do this thing called what if up. What if that next shoe to drop is actually the shoe, or actually the thing that I get to look at that moves me forward instead of attacks me? When it rains, it pours. What if this rain is actually putting me in touch with the things in my life that need to change for my benefit? Where is it that over and over again I discuss, or I am constantly talking about the problem instead of looking at what the solution might be? What might some of those issues be for you, right? So here's the idea in the what if up. What if actually this is for my benefit? This is happening for me. What if the constant no's and no's are really just a preparation for the next yes? Because the no's means that, hey, wait a minute, this is not for me. This is not in my divine order, my divine realm. It is not the highest and the best for me. And instead of me turning to my weapons of mass distraction, picking up a drink, or overeating, or spending, or being that consumer and just kind of trying to fix, what if in fact these are all pointing to the opportunity for me to pause and go within and turn within and go, okay, this is not working. What is that great I am? What is that thing that happens for me, and that not happens for me? What is trying to express as me? Like, what is this greatness? What is this joy? What is this pleasure that is trying to express as me? And let me get in alignment with that. Instead of me looking at, oh, this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is wrong, and oh, the next shoe's gonna drop, and it's gonna be doom and gloom for me. What if, in fact, I turn away from those things, right? And I look at that, maybe that next shoe is my Louis Vuitton shoe with the red bottom, or maybe it's the gift. It's the gift for me instead of the curse for me. I remember being a kid and hearing like, oh, there's a plane flying. Oh, great. Oh no, but that plane is about to fall. Oh, that's bad. Oh no, but underneath it, there's a big pile of hay. Oh, well, that's good. Oh no, that's bad because, there's a needle in that haystack. Oh, that's bad. Oh no, that's good because he missed the needle. Oh, that's good. Oh no, that's bad because he missed the haystack. I mean, we can constantly go back and forth about, oh, this is good. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is bad. However, what we want to do is even turn away from what's good and what's bad and turn to that indwelling power and presence and pray about and know that the solution for the highest and the best is going to be the outcome and already is the outcome. But I get to ask the what if up. What if this is for my highest good? What if I can actually begin to know and stand in my godness, in my spirit, in my power, in what I know to be true? What if I could actually stand in that and rest and allow the divine answers to flow from me? Here's an example. Like being bombarded. If you're on an eating plan, or if you're seeking to eat a healthier way of being, or losing weight, or being your perfect divine weight, and of course, everybody's asking you and inviting you out to eat, and they're going, you're saying yes to all these places that don't serve the things that you need to have to nourish your bodies. How about pausing? I wanna be in fellowship with people. I wanna go out to eat. What can I say yes to? What are the places that actually serve the nutritious foods that I can eat? And when someone says, hey, let's go have a meal, you go, great, I know this great place that serves great food, da da da, let's meet up there. Or when someone says, let's go to this place, and they have nothing for you, because you have paused and taken the time to really be solution oriented, because you're seeking to be in alignment with your health and your wholeness and what's for your highest and best, easily can be like, yeah, I checked out their menu. I'm going for some healthier choices and options. What about if we go here? Or let's find another place that we can both get what we want. And actually having that, this is just the way it is, and it's unfolding with ease and grace to support you in your highest and best. I know that the same is true when people are getting sober, and people want to go out and party, or go to a bar, a restaurant, a club, that folks want to indulge and engage. And it's just like, oh, wait a minute. Let's go to the coffee shop instead, or having a couple of people with you that are also sober, so that if you're having those temptations, that you're not picking up a drink just from default, or that you're not getting so angry and upset, or filled with anxiety, that you're, again, picking up a weapon of mass distraction. So when it rains, it pours. And I want to, later on today, I'm going to put the link in on my page, on the YouTube, on my YouTube page, and here on Facebook as well, so you can check out that talk and let me know what you think about it. And all month long, through Vida Spiritual Learning Center, we're going to be looking at, this amazing month of April. Not only is it amazing because my birthday is this month, but just looking at, springtime of renewal, of how we get to support ourselves, especially in recovery, and especially using spiritual remedies. That's the other reason why this show is called A Remedy, because a remedy is a solution. A remedy is a solution. And so there are spiritual remedies for all things in life that ail us, that plague us. And it's just a reminder over and over again. And so what are you doing today for yourself? Thank you, Rev Kev. Here's the link to the talk. Make sure you copy that link so that you can check out the talk later on. What are the things that you have in place that's a remedy for you? And is it possible that instead of cursing the situation, damn you, I hate it when this happens, when it rains, it pours. Remember now that it pours, not it pours, but it pours. What are the things that you think you can begin to set in place to remind yourself that this is not happening to you, to move away from that victim consciousness? This is happening to me, and I got to dodge these bullets. I got man, this is messed up. Such and such got stolen and taken, and so-and-so cursed me out, and so-and-so is no longer my friend. Like, what are the things that we can put into place that you have? I would love to hear from you in these last few minutes, that you can put into place to remind yourself that when it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. And I'll say this, Morton Salt Company actually coined that phrase, when it rains, it pours, because salt in the humidity and in humid and rainy and wet weather, salt would clump. And they discovered something that they could put in their salt that was also edible, so that it could pour. Therefore, if you notice the Morton's little logo of a little girl with the umbrella, when it rains, it pours, meaning the salt pours. So this is exactly the deal. The connection here is, what is the agent that you can put into your life, the spiritual remedy that you can put into your life today, so that when it is raining, it pures. In other words, your life is not in clumps and unmanageable, and that you stay stuck. So how do you shift? How do you shift? What are some of the things that you put into place? And for me, as we begin to put a button on our show for today, what I'd like to recommend as you think about that for yourself, what do you have in place, is a regular daily and sometimes multiple times a day prayer practice. And that prayer practice is not necessarily a prayer. Let me just say that all prayer works. But I want to be able to just share with you that an affirmative prayer, a spiritual mind treatment, in other words, a treatment for your mind, a spiritual mind treatment, treating your mind, is a specific prayer where you recognize that there's a power and a presence in a life, infinite source, higher power, infinite intelligence, the great reality, and recognize that this power and presence created everything out of itself. Therefore, your life is its life. Your life is life itself. And you can begin then to make affirmative statements that the right solutions always come to me. I live in divine guidance. Yeah, Jeanette Bronson says using the third step prayer. That third step prayer is an amazing prayer as well, and also appropriate where I am. I'm so glad, Chinsia, that this is good for you. And so in that spiritual mind treatment, as we have like about 1 minute left, in that spiritual mind treatment that I'm talking about, and I want to teach a class on it and teach you all how to use it effectively and powerfully, want to be able to use that prayer to simply treat your mind. In other words, correct the misthinking and the misinformation. That's the power of a spiritual mind treatment. We're treating our mind without medication. This is a spiritual mind treatment. It's an affirmative prayer where we know that we're one with all of life. Therefore, with ease and with grace, the answers come. And with a regular spiritual mind treatment, SMT, affirmative prayer, we begin to recognize that when it rains, it pures, that these things that happen are not happening to us, but happening for us, so that we might correct the misthinking and actually see life for what it really is instead of where we really are. All right, we're coming to a close. Sunny Day, thank you so much. Want to just remind us that we have a phone number where we do an appreciation, because what you appreciate appreciates. And please go ahead and text me personally through our Vida Spiritual Learning Center's cell phone. Send me your gratitude list and I will send you mine. This is one of the ways that we can remember the truth about ourselves and stay in that mindset that when it rains, it pures, and that we're able to really see all of the benefits that life has and really how rich and amazing life is. I'm so glad to be back with you today. I look forward to being back with you again right here next Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific. Until then, know that you are loved. Bye for now.